Hi everyone, thank you for joining today's webinar. A lot of you have been asking what the buyer experience is like on NuORDER. So today I'll be walking you through NuORDER from the buyer's perspective. As you can see, the first image that the buyer will see when they log in is a splash page image. This is why we at NuORDER highly recommend that you guys change this up as frequently as possible to communicate the message. It serves as a great marketing spot for your buyers. So anytime you have new products, or are running a promotion like we are doing on our demo portal, the buyer will get that messaging as soon as they log in. Once a buyer clicks out of the splash page image, they'll be taken into either the All Products gallery or the line sheet section, depending on how you guys set up your brand portal. So for some of you, your buyers will see the line sheets tab. Others, they'll see the All Products gallery first. The line sheets tab, since we're already in it, is where all of the master line sheets will be living. If you publish and make it public in the admin section upon creation, the buyer will see all of those line sheets that you're publishing. There are certain times when the buyer may not see certain line sheets that you are creating. It has to do with currency or product visibility settings. If you are interested in restricting or creating some of these visibility restrictions, please just let us know and we'd be happy to help you set this up. Otherwise, by default, everyone will see every line sheet that you guys create in the admin section. Using the navigation bar as a buyer, I can also hop into the Browse Products section. This is the All Products gallery. The view is exactly the same as you guys would see as brand users. The one major call out that I have is that buyers can heart or like items for themselves to reference at a later time. And they can do so by hearting the item on the bottom left-hand corner of the product. And this would allow them to reference it at a later time under the recommendations or favorites section of their browser. So I'm just gonna heart a couple items. Going back into my navigation bar, I'm gonna hop into my favorites right underneath line sheets. And this is where all of my favorited items would live. Again, much like e-commerce, I can always reference all the items that I've liked at a later time. If I need to log out and log back in, they'll still live in this section unless I choose to clear out my favorites. What's really cool within the favorites section is that buyers can also send themselves line sheets. By clicking on Create Line Sheet on the top left-hand corner, a buyer can title their line sheet, all of the items that they favorited. Obviously, they can send it to themselves, CC anyone they'd like, externally. They don't have to be a buyer on NuORDER. They can make a subject, create an email message. They could also choose a template for themselves. So if they want 5-product landscape with color cards, they can do so and then go ahead and send. And now that line sheet has been sent to me directly. The reason why this is so valuable is because buyers are always, on a time crunch. They want things, they want information on the fly. And that's the beauty of NuORDER, that all the information lives for them to have at any time. And they can view and, have all the information that they need to order without ever doing that back and forth communication with you all. The next section is the recommendations, right underneath favorites. And this is where all of the recommendations that are sent from the rep to me as a buyer would live. Obviously, I would also get the line sheet and the email confirmation on my end as a buyer, but if I ever wanted to go back into NuORDER and view the products historically at any time, you can see that this one was from December 1st, 2015, and see what my rep has continuously recommended me or suggested that I buy. I can always hop into this section as well. The next section is the media gallery. This is where your buyers can view all of your media assets. So whether it's your lookbooks, your press material, or any assets that you've uploaded for them to have, this is where they can access it. So hopping into Spring Lookbook, a buyer can use the hotspots that you sent out or set up in admin for that matter, and add it into their order, view the detail, or add it into their favorites. This makes it super interactive for them to utilize NuORDER. We've gotten a lot of feedback from buyers recently saying that they love this feature and that they have the ability to shop these images. Not only just view your lookbooks and your lifestyle imagery, but the fact that they can browse and shop it and have it be interactive is huge. This is why we highly recommend that you also update your lookbooks and press material anytime you have new social media feeds or anything noteworthy that you want to share with your buyers to brag. This is where you can share that with them. Again, that would be in the admin section of NuORDER, and you would upload all these images along with the hotspots, what makes these imagery shoppable, like the plus sign, into the admin section of NuORDER so that the buyers can have this interactive and fun experience here. Same with the press. Along with the assets. Some of you might not really know about the assets feature. We have the ability to share zip files with buyers now. So on the admin section of NuORDER, when you're uploading, the lookbooks or press material, you can also upload a zip file of any information that you'd like your buyers to have, whether it's brand buyer or maybe something along the lines of product knowledge. You can upload basically anything and as many files as you want. And then the buyer can come into this section and download that for themselves. And they'll be downloaded onto their desktop in a zip file form, and they can have anything and everything that you want them to have at their fingertips. The next section would be contacts. And in the contacts section, I would see the company that I work for, obviously, and then the buyers that are tied to this company. So as you guys know, you can have multiple buyers per company. I can also see who also works for my company, so you can see that I'm also here. If you have multiple buyers, again, I would see all of them, and I would know who is connected to which rep, and that would help me figure out a lot of things on my end. They have full visibility here. If they notice that their billing and shipping address is wrong, for example, they'll be able to let the rep know. I can also see all the line sheets that were sent to me. So you can see here, Apparel 2016 from Molly was sent to me on December 1st. So I can always reference anything that my rep is sending me at a later time. Same with orders. The View Orders hyperlink will actually take me to the Orders tab, which is in the Orders section of NuORDER, the very last section. The Orders tab, this got a huge makeover for both the buyers and the brand users. It is the same experience overall. All of the statuses, all of the orders, regardless of status, will live in one view. This is really helpful for buyers so they can always see the statuses up to date. For example, if you're a brand user and you change your order from pending to approved, as a buyer, I would know that information just by hopping in here and seeing that you guys have approved my order and it's going through the fulfillment process. A lot of you at trade shows are sending out draft orders and sharing them with your buyers. For multiple reasons, they may not be quite ready to place an order, or maybe you're just taking notes and you want to share that with them. Buyers have the ability to open up your draft order at any time and submit it on their end. And it's exactly the same experience that you guys have as reps or brand users have in terms of opening up draft orders, editing them, making changes, and then submitting them for as a real order on NuORDER. So to do so, as a buyer, I would go into the draft order section that I have, either by filtering the order status, or in this case, I see my one draft order from October right here. If I'm ready to order, I can open it back up. I will click on the pencil icon. It would ask me, editing this order will clear your current working order. Do you want to continue? I would click yes. That is the same prompt that you guys would receive if you were opening up a draft order to submit. From there, I would see the company, the buyer information, and the rep. Again, I could see anyone that I'd like. Add order notes for my rep. The next section is the items and deliveries. This is where I would add in all the quantities that I want. Maybe I want to make some changes, add in a large. Then my total would be updated on the bottom right-hand corner, much like your view. Next, I would go into the checkout section. This is a demo portal that has set up credit card processing. So I would have the option to do yes, I want to enter my payment information, or no. If you don't have credit card processing set up on your brand portal, the last step would be terms and conditions, and the buyer would read through that before being able to submit the order as well. I'm gonna authorize, and then I'm gonna go ahead and submit the order. So as a buyer, I opened up a draft order that was shared with me from my rep, and then I was able to make changes and submit them on my end. As soon as I submit the order from the buyer side as a buyer, both myself and the rep that is tied to me will get an email confirmation letting them know that the order has been successfully submitted. And if I hop back into the orders tab, that draft order is no longer there and it's now in pending. It's now in review as I submitted the order. So anytime a buyer submits the order the way that I just did with my buyer login, it would be in the review section. So that's how I know it went through, and that's how also the rep knows that the buyer has placed the order and can review it and have it go through the fulfillment process. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions or concerns or have any feedback about the buyer experience, please do not hesitate to contact your account managers. If you have any support-related questions or have questions about setting up visibility restrictions, price sheets, currency for your buyers, please contact heroes@NuORDER.com and we'd be happy to assist you. Have a great day.